Welcome to week 5 of remote learning in English 3. I'm glad you're back and hope everything's going well for you and your family and that you're hanging in there. My family, we went hiking yesterday because it was beautiful. Went to a place called Twin Creek Metro Park in Franklin, Ohio. They've got some great trails and spent a ton of time just throwing rocks in the water and skipping them across. And it's a great place to go. You can see my son there caught a real tiny frog, and we let this one go. We brought home the salamander last week, and I told some of you during the poetry teaching, it escaped in our house, and we still have not found the salamander. So we left the little frog at the creek. You guys submitted the poetry Padlets, um, and they're still coming in, to be honest, but I appreciate your thinking there. Lots of good stuff to say about the Insta Poets and Kendrick Lamar, and I hope you enjoyed getting to look at them and thinking about poetry just kind of broadly. Um, and as we kind of look ahead, we'll look back first at where we've been. In terms of our reading, we finished up the Unit 2 book in this remote time, and then we've spent 2 weeks now doing independent reading, where you've either been reading the news or you've picked a book and you've been digging into it. This coming week will be the last week for that. And I just wanted to list out, like, we've actually done a lot of writing, and I'm really pleased with that. You've done the 2 writing challenges, and then we've done the discussion boards and Padlets, which are essentially writing. They're just broken up. And so if you put those all together, like, I feel like the volume of writing we've done has been pretty decent. And if you've kept up with the reading, then that has been decent as well. I know there's a lot lost when we do this remotely, but I think those are some positives for sure, at least in this class. And then as you look at this week, where we're going, again, we're going to wrap up independent reading. This is also going to be the final week that we look at poetry. And so we're going to basically do a deeper dig into one poem. So I'm going to do a live teaching on Tuesday at 2, like we did last week, and your team can earn points for coming. I'll have a few slides and we'll roll through them, essentially looking at how to gain understanding from a poem and how to wrestle through ambiguity. And so I'll give a couple of entry points and an example. Then you'll work on that in an analysis task this week, which I believe I've got it set up for you to do with a partner if you'd like to. And then I'm going to do a live Q&A on Wednesday if you've got specific questions about specific lines in a specific poem. I'll be there to answer those questions and say, yeah, here's what I think that poet's doing. That's not a Table Wars opportunity. That's just a chance to get your questions answered. And then we'll do writing challenge number 3, which again will have some Table Wars points attached to it. I think we're going to end up doing about 4 altogether, so we are getting close to the end, even though it may not feel like it. And then just so you know, the end of the year dates were published, and it looks like Wednesday, May 20th is sort of the way I understand to be the last normal day of class. So that's the day that, like, the final writing challenge 4, would be due. And then there's a week built in for people to complete any missing tasks. And I think to, like, take care of returning books and getting things out of your locker somehow. I really have no idea how that's going to work or what that will look like. But I think there's kind of this buffer week in there. And then May 27th is actually our last official day, which is a good day because that's my birthday. This week, in terms of Table Wars, again, I listed up here just so you could see the current leaders. The Skedaddles are way ahead in first bell. They're killing it. The Hood has taken a nice lead in Bell 2. They were the only group in that bell to do the independent reading challenge, so nice job. Graham Fam has a slight edge in Bell 4. Bell 4 is also really killing it. I think all 5 teams submitted the independent reading challenge, and so they're the only bell to do that. They continue to just be really impressive. And so I'll probably give some incentives, some rewards to those other groups, just because they're outperforming the other bells, to be quite honest. Team Fike is up in Bell 5, and Fish has taken the lead. I think they were the only group to do the independent reading challenge in Bell 6, and so good work there. This week, again, you can earn points for the teaching on Tuesday, and then I'm going to do it this way. For the writing 3, I'm going to look at the completion percentages for the teams. And so if you have 100% completion, you would at least tie for first place. And if you've got like 5 out of 6 people, maybe you would be in second place. That would have to be completed, submitted on Schoology on time. And just a reminder that winning fourth quarter team here will be exempt from that final writing challenge in May, and which means you could potentially be done sooner than May 20th, which is good for you. And I'm here if you've got questions. I miss you guys, and I hope you're doing fantastic. I've enjoyed getting to think about poetry for a little bit. After this, we're going to move into drama and think about plays and musicals, and that's kind of how we'll finish the year up. So hang in there.